Thanks, Riv. Joining me, we have Prawley and Bubba Dub. Why do you guys keep doing this to us? We're like, I mean, everybody is just on the edge of their seats during these games. How does it feel on your end, being in these kind of intense back-and-forth matches, Prawley?
I mean, it's a heart attack for you guys to watch, and for us, it's literally the exact same. We're not having fun. We're pretty miserable up there being like, oh, we're losing early. Now we have to really pull together. So, yeah, don't worry. This isn't fun for us playing games like that. We'd like to just win straight out.
Well, I'm glad to know it's a mutual feeling.
Yeah.
All right, I want to go all the way back to Champion Select really quick right now because you guys got Kale, you gave up Braum, and you picked Nami over that. What was the strategy coming into Champion Select?
Well, we had a strategy to make sure that top didn't get too far behind. And
he got solo killed.
Well,
what does that do?
But the strategy was to have jungle pressure like top so that he couldn't get dove easily and make sure that bot lane would be fine, even if we got camped. So I'd say that Braum can have trouble early in the laning phase, and that's pretty much why I shied away from that pick.
Okay, but you said that your strategy was to avoid the top lane getting snowballed, but it ended up happening anyway. Is that why the game went on so long, and how did that change your shots in the middle?
Yeah, we generally, well, when it started to go bad top, and we had to give up a lot of pressure on the map. So at that point, we knew we were a late game scaling comp. So we give up as little as we can while, I mean, just scaling and getting what we can, right? I don't know.
Another quick question about Champion Select directed at you, Prawley, is the fact that we saw multiple mid bans, actually all three of their bans were mid bans. I believe it was Cassin, Yasuo, and Ziggs. Were you expecting it, one? And then how does that affect your mindset in Champion Select, kind of watching the mid pool dwindle?
I guess I didn't see our game yesterday, because when they banned Yasuo, I was just laughing. It's like, I'm so bad at that champion. But when they banned three mid champions, it's like, there's too many mids right now. So after they banned all that, I was like, well, I still have Orianna. I still have a few others that were kind of in the mix, but Orianna was just picked because, yeah, we made a late game comp really easy, with the wave clear. So I wanted to pull out a goofier mid, but we definitely wouldn't have been able to hold the game the way we did with someone other than Orianna. Or, like, I guess Ziggs would do the same.
You say you're bad with Yasuo. You didn't have a great performance on it yesterday. Is it all Robert? Is that really what this is? Because you're undefeated on the Yasuo Trisk.
Yeah, I'm undefeated and undefeated feeding with Yasuo. Because both Yasuo games were straight up feeds. I don't know, man. I don't know about that champion. I just don't get it.
All right, one of the things I want to touch on, though, with the Orianna, you went 0-1-9, right? So it's a very, supportive-looking score. How does that feed into your style of play, too, when we're looking at the team fights and the way they played out this game?
I mean, I do like weird, goofy mids and, assassins mids and stuff. But when I played other games, I really liked the support-ish kind of role. So I do have a lot of fun playing, the support mids like Ori or Lulu. And that's kind of what Ori fits into. I was able to just keep Robert alive, and then for some reason I was able to engage fights well. So I'm fine not playing a huge damage leader. It's not that different of a playstyle for me because it's still AoE damage. It's just, yeah, it takes a while to ramp up.
All right, yeah. Speaking of engaging the team fights, doing AoE damage, we're going to get a replay up on your screen here. Bubba Dub, I want you to walk me through this one. It's the 3-0 that starts turning the game around, and you guys really flex your muscles and show your power. Let's roll the clip.
All right, so Prawley's like, oh, I'm going to ult this wave. So I'm just waiting for it. And I'm pretty sure he gets Lucian. And I immediately throw my bubble and then ulti and hope to hit people. And as soon as my ulti goes through 3 of them, we knew we won the fight. So we're just jumping in, trying to get as many kills. And based off of how many we kill, we just decide to push.
Yeah. Hey. Okay. I'll be honest. After that fight happened, after we got the first couple kills, I was yelling at my team to not chase. I was like, please don't chase. We're going to lose the game now.
And Robert still goes.
And it's like, oh, hop, oh, triple kill. And I was like, good job not listening, guys. You guys are so good. Oh, man.
They listened eventually. You guys got the mid inhib off of that, and the game really just started going back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
Well, so go for it.
Oh, I was just going to say, once we got that mid inhib, that was kind of what helped us extend that game. So the second we got the mid inhib, it was like, cool, now we can keep farming because, they're not going to be able to push on that.
Exactly. So when you do have a favorable fight like that, you get a room to breathe, right? What is the first thing you try to establish? Is it vision control? Is it just, let's get back and buy, let's regroup? What are you looking to do?
Yeah, backing and buying is definitely not what we want to do, though. Yeah, if people are dead, you got to make sure you keep the pressure on the map. So we kind of, I don't know, we looked, it was like, oh, I think Baron was up, or was Baron up?
No.
No, Baron was up. Okay, so we didn't have any objectives to take other than their turrets. So it
Might
was
have fallen back to Dragon.
yeah, I think we
but-
fell back to Dragon afterwards.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just kind of like, if there's no objectives, then probably vision control's your best option. But we had an option to push and get an inhibitor, which was going to extend the game. So that was our best play right there.
There was, however, a huge Irelia, so we didn't want to push out too far because
Oh yeah, she was scary.
we just basically used that inhibitor to stall the game even longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got to this point where it's just so late game, and this happened yesterday too. When the gold gets this huge gap between the two teams, what does the shot calling become like to come back into it? And you guys keep doing it, and you do it better than any other team in the NALCS right now. You guys have that blue turtle shell going for you. Like, what happens with those calls, Bubba Dub? You gotta explain this to me.
Well, when we have a huge gold deficit, it's all about giving up objectives that we can't contest. A lot of teams are getting really good at vision control, so they end up choking us out of vision. We're like, well, we can't contest it now, so we just don't. And a lot of teams, they'll try and contest it, and then they'll get aced, and they'll lose the game off of it. And that's something that we've actually been able to change during this split. Like, at the beginning of the split, we would basically do the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, so I want to jump into our next replay, which is the final fight of the game, and it kind of tails from the point you just made, which is giving up objectives. Why is it that here is when you guys decide to fight around the Baron, especially given the fact that probably you're very low mana at this point? So probably if you could walk me through this replay here.
Let's see. So we didn't ideally want to give up that Baron. We just kind of got there late. And then right now we're just like kiting, and Zion overextends a bit to get to me, which was fine. And I knew in this fight, all I have to do is get my ult off, and we'll still win it, even though they have Baron. So they're winning, so they chase forward, and they just forget my balls there, I guess. And I was able to get an ult off. And then right now it's just, all right, make sure Robert's alive so he can clean up the fight. And Wes does a good job flashing over to protect him so he doesn't die again.
I mean, it was a pretty fantastic ult. You managed to get both Syndra and Lucian in that ult.
Yeah.
A lot of damage right there.
Well, that was really scary because when I saw Syndra still having her Banshees, I was like, man, I can't just leave my ball there and ult. I need to move my Q around to get her Banshees off and then ult. So it was, my ult would have gone out a lot sooner if I could have, but I literally just kept it because I had to, and then it ended up working out well.
And Dignitas right now, they're in first. Why do you guys keep beating them? You're 2-1 against them. Is it just the fact that they have the vision control and you just don't contest the objectives you can't contest? Is that what it is, or?
I think we're just here to ruin people's fantasy points. That's it. That's honestly it.
Fantasy League killers.
If Fantasy League wasn't here, we'd probably be 0-28 the dream.
Yeah, that was our goal.
Yeah.
All right, so given the fact that that was such a long, grueling game, just like you had one yesterday,
Oh, yeah.
except for today, you have another game to play. How do you recover mentally and physically even to be prepared for that game?
I would say energy drinks. Lots and lots
Yeah.
of energy drinks just to keep us going.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, well, thanks, guys, so much for joining us here on the desk. It was a great game to watch. Best of luck in your game against TSM later today. Now, we've got to catch our breath after that exciting match. So when we come back, we'll be bringing you our next action-packed game, LMQ versus EG. Don't go anywhere.